CRT, it's short for critical race theory. It's something that's not talked about, but it's in our faces every day. But we don't know it as parents, doctors, lawyers, consumers of life. But I'm familiar with it. If there's no one that's more familiar with it, she knows. So familiar with it. It disgusts me, and I refuse to allow them to shove it down my throat. There's so many parts of CRT, critical race theory. It's everywhere you look. It's not a place that it is not. There is not a place. There is not. You can speak about it being in America. It is all over. You could just target in and zoom in on it being in just a small part of the hospitals, being in the political world. You can also look at it how it's in the resources that we try to pull from when needed. We can even look at it how it has affected and been in our history. Or should I say their history that they created. But what I want to do today is talk to you about CRT being in the school system, which I know far too well. And again, I refuse for it to be stuffed down my throat. So, critical race theory in schools. Let's target in and zoom in on that just a little bit. CRT has become a trending issue. No, I disagree. It's always been an issue. No one just spoke about it. No one spoke about it. It now all of a sudden it is in the news, especially in regards to its usage. Y'all hear that key word? Usage. In K to 12th grade schools. They're discussing it now all of a sudden. There's little to no evidence, so they say, that critical race theory itself is being taught in K to 12 public school students. Though some ideas is central to it. And there's lingering consequences of slavery that we have note of, aka the Associated Press. But I'm here to tell you that this does exist, and it disgusts me to no end. Many states have proposed passing legislative bans on CRT, critical race theory. And these states include Florida. Thank you, President Trump. Idaho, I was going to say Iowa, which Iowa is one. Texas, Montana, South Dakota, Utah, Arizona, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Ohio, Alabama, and Kentucky. And as I said, Iowa. Critical race thinking, they keep saying that it started back in 1993. I disagree. It started way before that. Critical race theory, they say, emerged in the 1970s, as a response to critical legal study. Listen, y'all. Y'all go ahead with the foolishness. You can say what it won't. You can say how I got here. You can say why I got here. My concern is the why is it here? We are the land of free. We are the land of resolve. We are the land of freedom itself. And we have a president that is the president of the free world. That's here, right now, in the nation. This nation. President Trump is the leader of the free world. He's the king of the free world. He is the president, King Donald John Trump. So I brought you that. I didn't want to bring too much because we can go on and be here forever. See, critical race theory is, so they say, a field of intellectual inquiries that demonstrates the codifications of racism in America. Child, it's deeper than that. But let me bring your attention to something, or should I say some great someone. Somebody just sent me something I was reading. Some great someone, some great some man, a man, that says no to CRT, critical race therapy, is going away, has no place in our lives, and we will not, it will not come nigh. So, let's take a look and a great old listen. Why don't we?
The battle over critical race theory in our public schools has become a major flashpoint in the Virginia governor's race. Critical race theory.
Critical race theory is being forced into our children's schools. There's no more powerful force than a parent's love for their children.
Amen.
And patriotic moms and dads are going to demand that their children are no longer fed hateful lies about this country.
Youngkin won the endorsement of former President Donald Trump.
Children are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
We watched critical race theory come into our schools and try to divide our children based on seeing everything through a lens as opposed to the content of their character.
Amen.
That is why it is so urgent that we finally restore patriotic education to our schools.
Amen.
In Northern Virginia, the deciding issue for a quarter of voters is education.
Fox News is calling the Virginia governor's race for Republican Glenn Youngkin. He embraced the president's policies.
Education became an issue that lifted
up
this campaign.
American parents are not going to accept indoctrination in
not
our
at all.
schools. Not anymore.
Nope. So with that, parents, grandparents that has guardianship, and foster parents that really, really care and you're a patriot, stand yourself all the way up. Open this and say, not my child.